And then maybe we can also do some shooting because welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be doing things a little bit different. I won't be working inside my garage. I'll be working out here underneath the carport on no other than the Ford Raptor because I know the Raptor deserves some love as well, and that's exactly why we'll be installing an exhaust today. Now, last night, I did get some clips just so you guys can hear how the stock exhaust sounds. And I also prepped the Raptor, so it's already up on the ramps. And I also sprayed the bolts with PB Blaster, so hopefully they don't give me any issues and this install can go a lot easier today. But before we get started, let's hear how those clips sound. As you guys heard, it sounds okay. I mean, it's a V6. I know there's a lot of debate that this should have been a V8, but I mean, it is what it is. The whole point of today is to enhance that sound and just make the exhaust sound a lot better. So I have my new creeper that I just bought. Now this seems a little bit more comfortable than my old one, so I'm about to try it out today. But now let me go under there and show you what bolts need to be removed in order to take off this exhaust. So I'll go ahead and show you all the clamps that I need to loosen, and there's also quite a bit of hangers that I need to remove along the way. So starting with one here, then we have another one right there. We have another hanger here, and then we have some clamps, another hanger here, and then more clamps, and then we have here more clamps. So all the way from here on out is what we'll be replacing. So I mean, it seems pretty simple. The only thing is that I anticipate this exhaust is going to be extremely heavy, at least for me, but we'll go ahead and see about that. I mean, this is a little bit different just because I'm used to actually standing up and then working underneath the car. But this time I'll be laying down and working underneath the car. So it's been a while ever since I worked like this. But now let's get to the good part. So let's unbox the new exhaust and let's see how that looks. So this is the 0FG exhaust by AWE. Now let me just make my way to the front so I can go over each section. So this section right here goes towards the downpipes here in the front, and this is the only one that has resonators. Now for this, you will have to reuse the OEM bolts, but for everything else, they do provide the hardware. So next is a little baby H pipe. Then we have link pipes and then the tailpipes. Then here we have the hardware, which are all of the clamps, and then here are the tips. Now it didn't come in a fancy box, but they did make sure to include their signature lollipop. So I mean, it looks pretty easy. I know that it looks like a lot of pipes, but I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with this. This should be pretty simple to install. My only worry is removing that stock exhaust, just because it may be a little bit too heavy for me, but I'll figure that out as soon as I start removing it. So what I'm gonna start off doing is just starting from the front. So I'll just go ahead and start loosening all of the clamps. Then once I'm here at the rear, I'll start removing all of the hangers and then just start removing section by section of the exhaust. So as soon as I start here, I'll determine whether I need help or not. wasn't able to remove the exhaust by myself. The moment that I was here and I realized that I couldn't get that tailpipe off, I knew I needed help. So we were finally able to remove it, and this is how the stock exhaust looks like. Now, word of advice, do not do what I did. Do not loosen all of the clamps, because Chris and I ran into a problem here. Both of these mid sections ended up coming off together and we were struggling. We had to hammer this so they can finally come apart. So learning from my mistakes, just start by section. So start loosening the clamps, removing the hooks, and then removing that section. Then again here, clamps, hooks, then removing this section, and so on. Because if not, you're going to wish you did. But now looking at the stock exhaust compared to the AWE one, you can see that we are shedding some weight because that exhaust is lighter. I know it doesn't count as much because it is a Ford Raptor, but again, it is something. But now that the exhaust is off, let's go ahead and hear what that sounds. It still has cats though. First things first, for this truck being a V6, that definitely sounded a lot better without an exhaust compared to when I did that with the Hellcat, so not bad. But now we can finally get to the good part, which is installing that AW exhaust. Now, of course, I will be working in sections. I don't anticipate any issues, but since I am filming, it is probably going to get, well, no, it is going to get dark really soon, so I'm just letting you guys know the night will catch up to me, so you guys don't be surprised. So let's get to that, and I'll see you guys once the AW exhaust is on. Okay, before I forget, so I did mention earlier to you guys that we have to reuse the OEM bolts for here, which is still true, but we also need to reuse the OEM clamps for this side, and then we also have to reuse these OEM clamps for these pipes to these. Now, this is the clamp right here. I also had the order in reverse, so I had the H pipe here and then these pipes here, but now the order's correct. So this is how it should go. So just letting you guys know. All right, so now let's get to work. All right, I was able to install the exhaust up until that tailpipe section once I got there and realized that you have to line it up on the hanger, and also with the pipes I was like, nope, I need help once again because I don't know that darn tailpipe. But either way, Chris and I were able to install it, so now we're all good to go. So it's the whole point of this video now, which is hearing all the exhaust sounds. So for now, let's get a cold start, hear how it sounds, let's get a few revs in place, and then let's take it out to get some drive-bys. so I'm back, and I have to say, first impressions from the startup is that I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I was just thinking, okay, well, it's just going to sound, a little bit better, but I was pretty impressed. It sounded really good on that startup. It had that deep, low grumble, and then idling also sounds pretty good. Then once I took it out, inside the cabin, it's pretty quiet. I mean, you could still definitely tell that you have an aftermarket exhaust, but it's completely tolerable. But from the outside, that's a completely different story. It sounds like a tough, mean Raptor. Something that I did notice is that the pitch increases on the higher RPMs, and that makes it sound pretty good. So overall, if I have to say one word with this AWE exhaust on the Raptor, is that I'm impressed. It's pretty good. It's more than what I expected, so I mean, that's always great. The install was very simple. The only thing is that, I mean, since it is a truck and then the parts are larger and heavier, I would recommend 2 people. I mean, that would be ideal for this install. But other than that, everything went flawlessly. So now that it sounds good, it needs to look good. It needs to match, because it sounds great, but these wheels have to go. So let's see what wheels Chris decides to get. I think after that, it's just going to look great. So I think after he gets his wheels, I'm thinking, let's take it out to the desert. I haven't taken it off-roading in a while, so I think that would be fun. And then maybe we can also do some shooting, because yes, I do own a couple guns. I don't know what you guys think about that. I know it's not something that I usually have on the channel, but I mean, there's still going to be a Raptor involved, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.